Now entering Armbar Audio.
Hello, and welcome to a new episode, a new era, Armbar Audio 2.0. I am still your host, Tim Farley, and across the screen from me,
What's up?
very, very important person in my life, John's life. He was always the unofficial third member. He is now officially a member, Mr. Sid Sriram, Nerdy Mark.
Hey everybody. So I'm just gonna go with Sid when I'm doing Armbar Audio. So just Sid Sriram is fine. But hey everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Definitely excited to usher in the new era of Armbar Audio along with my boy Tim over here. Well, he's over here. Wherever. I know, right? Of course, we are missing one person, John. So I am actually taking over for John. And for those who don't know, well, Tim, I'll let you explain what's going on.
In 2018, John Kearns and myself started this venture together. And shortly thereafter, through networking, we found Sid. And unlike everyone else we networked with, Sid became a very close friend in a very short period of time. It was not even a month, and we already had a group chat on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
It still goes on to this day.
It does.
We connected over wrestling, but we connected over more than wrestling. And he was always if you go back through the archives of Armbar Audio, especially during the pandemic, you'll see how much Sid has been there on our channel, and I've been on his channel, and even for a little bit, we did this little experiment called the Gooniverse. So, June 14th, 2023, I found out that my brother, my best friend, had passed away, and I clocked out of work and I ran over to his family's house, and it was me and a few members of his family and him. Went back to work, came back later, and that night when I made the announcement on Twitter of his death, so many of you had so much to say, and people were asking me what they could do, what they could donate to, or anything like that. And it was just so incredible to see that. And I told John, I told him, I said, do you believe this? And do you finally see what I've always told you about yourself? And that night we were on the porch, and I was with John's mom and some other people, and Sid called me and said, it's possible that I may be coming for the funeral. And I saw John's mom's face light up, and sure enough, Sid made the trek up from Texas, and we both put our brother to rest. We were both pallbearers. I gave the eulogy.
Yeah, you did.
John's mother both told us that she sees us as her other sons, and it was very apparent to me. I mean, I've known that because I'm here all the time, but to see the way she interacted with Sid, and it was incredible. And I got to show Sid what it was like to hang out with John and just be, instead of sightseeing and everything, we were, doing our normal things. And Sid had a great time.
I did. I did.
Go ahead.
No, for me, when I heard the news that John passed, I thought you were joking because we do this like really sick joke where we like if one of us is quiet in our chat, we're like, oh, so and so's dead. Like whenever I'm quiet on the chat, they're like, oh, Sid's dead or something, and literally that's how you said to me, you're like, hey, John died. I was like, what? And then he's like, yeah, he passed away. I was like, dude, stop playing. And then he called me. You're like, no, I'm not playing. This is like for real. I was like, my heart just sank when I heard John just passed. And it's funny because you really don't know how much of an impact you make on people. Like John was like one of my best friends, obviously as well, but I didn't know how deep it ran. Like I went to the funeral. And everybody there, I was telling people, oh, hi, I'm John's friend from Texas. Oh yeah, I know you. Yeah, John tells me all about you. Oh, I see you on Armbar Audio. I was like, holy shit, me? Little old me. But John just Well, I'm a lot more little now because I've lost I'm like 25 pounds lighter now, so I'm definitely a lot more little. But no, John was. What's up?
That's the thing about John is that for a lot of listeners who may not know, John had Asperger's.
Yeah.
He was neurodivergent. However
Yeah.
you want me to say that. And it was hard to gauge how he felt or anything like that because he was so very concerned with how he would be received, and how things would go. So he was always very. Whenever we became friends, he wasn't even aware that we were friends. Not because he didn't like me, but because he was so socially different.
Yeah.
And like, in a sense, to what you're saying, Sid, is that like. My name was in the obituary.
Yeah.
And I called his mother crying. And
Yeah.
then
You called me crying too.
I was like, why is my name? Like, there's so many other people. And then they asked me to eulogize. I'm like, I could talk whenever, if anybody else wants to do that. And they're like, no, John, we want you. And I'm like, I've known him since 2015. Because he worked at the local grocery store with my mom, but I hadn't become his friend until probably 6 months before we started the podcast, and it's just having Sid here during that week was very helpful and very healing,
Yeah.
and I wrestled with what I was going to do with Armbar Audio, and
Yeah.
John's grandfather pointed at me and stared me right in the eye. He said, you keep doing it and you don't change the name. John was very proud of Armbar Audio. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right.
Shout out to Pop Up.
Yeah, shout out to Papa. So, I mean, if I'm going to listen to anyone, I'm going to listen to him.
Yeah.
And so then I thought, and it was a no-brainer, Sid. It was a no-brainer. I'm like, oh, who's going to join me? Sid. Sid's going to join me. That's just how it's going to go. I don't care if he has other things going on in his life. I don't care if he has another channel. He's the co-host now.
Yeah.
But regarding John, about 3 years, 2.5 years ago, his leg got infected with cellulitis, and in May, beginning of May, it became infected. He spent most of May in the hospital. He ended up losing about 53 pounds. He went to a physical rehab center for about a week, and then he came home. And then about a week into him being home, he laid down for a nap, just to rest. And his heart gave out. He went suddenly, but he went peacefully. And he's still with me every day. he talked to me today because about 2 hours ago, I tried to run this show on my own, and right now Sid is.
Yeah.
And I was getting frustrated, and I was in his room on his computer, and I heard John say to me, "Just let the brown guy do it."
That sounds like what he would say. Oh Jesus.
Well,
Oh man.
he seated up for the podcast. You know exactly what he said.
Oh yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? You're fucking right, John. You didn't teach me this part. So we fucked around for a while, and we're here now.
Yeah, that's
and
what it
John's
is.
Here too.
He is. You can't see him, but we can. He's like John Cena now. Hey, John Cena. Anyway, yeah, but hey, that's the only WWE reference we're gonna put in this channel. But it's still gonna be the same Armbar audio y'all have grown to love throughout the years. It's just gonna be me instead of John. But I mean, I will do my damnedest to live up to the co-hosting / hosting that John did. But
we're like 450 pounds lighter, minus
right.
the 20 that I lost. So
Yeah.
470 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
475,
I mean,
475.
I'm at like 190 right now. So if I lose 20 more pounds, I'll be at 170. So that'll be officially like 500 pounds lighter than both of you. But hey,
170. I'm going to fly to Texas and kill you because that is like what doctors tell me I'm supposed to be. I haven't been 170 since 4th grade.
I think for me it's like since maybe before high school I was 170, but that's it. That was it. But what I did want to do, I have a little bit of the bubbly here, and I wanted to pour one out for John for real this time. So we just pouring one out for him right here. So, because I know you don't have, I know you don't have anything to drink there, but I'm just doing that.
No, I do. It's just already poured.
Oh, okay, yeah, I gotta pour one.
Wait, no.
That's too late, but.
It's not too late. Do a cheers, fucker.
Yeah. Yeah, see? Nothing has changed in Armbar Audio. Nothing. Alright, here we go. Got a little bit of the bubbly. To you, John. We love you, man. Wherever the hell you are. And we will see you in the if you understand this reference, you're awesome, but we'll see you at the crossroads so you won't be lonely.
That's right.
Oh, that's good actually. It's like I'm surprised how good Kroger seltzer is. But anyway, okay. So
speaking of John,
yes,
it is John's favorite time of the year.
It's the John's wonderful time of the year.
Because it is G1 season. The G1 officially kicked off this morning for us Westerners at 4 o'clock in the morning. I watched 3 matches and I read about the other 3 because I had to sleep.
Yep.
Apparently Ospreay and Tai Chi had a banger of a match, which Tai Chi won, which is very exciting because Tai Chi was one of the MVPs during the pandemic for New Japan. He brought eyes back onto the tag team title scene with Zack Sabre Jr., and now he has basically made Sonata into a champion. And he has had bangers and matches with Shingo lately for that King of Pro Wrestling title. And Billy Boy was selling from Forbidden Door. So, if that keeps
Billy Boy.
Shota Umino and Ren Narita had already what people were regarding as one of the best matches of the G1. Well, it was the first night, but they're probably going to remember it in 20 days. Ren Narita and Shota Umino are part of the new Three Musketeers with Yota Tsuji, and they went to a time limit draw.
Wow.
Tonga Loa, in his first match back after a year-long injury, beat Kenta. Gabe, Gabe Kidd, who's absolutely fucking insane. A year or so ago, he had a mental breakdown and had to go to the psych ward, and he has totally leaned into it as his character. At the press
That's
conference,
awesome.
All he did was talk shit, and then whenever it was his time to talk, he brought it up. He said, "Who has ever went to the psych ward and been in the G1? Nobody. Me." And then he punched Tsuji and he got on Kaito Kiyomiya, and then he was kicked out of the press conference. And last night he was facing fellow Bullet Club member Chase Owens and hacked him before the bell and almost ruined the entire arena. In a losing effort, though. Chase
Oh.
Let's see.
Lame.
It started off with Yoshihashi and LP. LP got his bell rung in the middle of the match, and Yoshihashi won, but they shook hands afterwards, which was very nice. Also, if you have time, go and watch the press conference, if only for LP. He was hysterical.
Yeah.
He was acting like he couldn't speak well, so he had everything written on his phone. He had Chris Charlton say it, and he talked about each member of his block. And the best part was whenever he went and talked about Okan. He said, "Me and Okan love cartoons. I like to make them on my computer, while the great Okan likes to sit at his computer and masturbate to them." and whenever he was talking about
Man.
And then whenever he talked about Tonga Loa, he said the match is just going to be me wrestling that shirt off your body to show your sweet tits to everyone.
Man.
All the foreigners were breaking. Like Hikuleo, Tonga Loa, Will Ospreay. I forget who else was on the stage at the time, but every guy was breaking, and it was hysterical.
I love that. I love that, actually.
Okada beat Great Okan, and is it Sonata? Did Sonata beat Hikuleo, I believe? But, yeah. The G1 is starting.
It has.
And I'm going to talk about these blocks first.
Okay.
So the A block, aside from Sonata and Chase Owens, and Kaito Kiyomiya, is basically the youth movement block. Kaito Kiyomiya could even be thrown in there too, because I don't know his future. I don't know if he's going to stay in Noah.
Yeah.
And he is young. And Sonata even mentioned that in the press conference. He was like, "I am the oldest champion in this room, but I will wrestle with the energy of the younger guys." All three of the Musketeers are in there. Gabe Kidd, Hikuleo, Owens, Sonata, Kiyomiya.
Nice.
The block is more of, I would say, the seasoned veterans, aside from one guy, really. We got Okada, who has won 4 G1s, including last year's. Yoshihashi, who is looking to make a name for himself as a singles wrestler. Tai Chi, the Great Emperor. Kenta, who at the press conference went over every one of his opponents and called them ugly and said he was the most handsome man in the entire tournament.
Damn.
The Great Okan, Will Ospreay, Tonga Loa, and not doing the best of Super Juniors and the G1 this year, El Phantasmo. C Block is a lot of hard hitters. A lot of hard hitters. You got the leader of Bullet Club War Dogs, David Finley, Ishii, Evil, Tomatonga, Shingo Takagi, Aaron Hanare, Eddie Kingston, who showed up late to the G1, got straight in Finley's face, bowed actually to Takagi, and Mikey Nichols of TMDK, and D Block is going to be a very interesting block because you have veterans, you have the best tournament wrestler on the planet, you have funny guy Yano, and you got a younger guy in Alex Coughlin, but you got so Tanahashi, the Ace, Naito, Goto, Zack Sabre Jr., Toru Yano, Jeff Cobb, Shane Haste, and Alex Coughlin. At the press conference, Jeff Cobb said that not only is he going to win the G1 and win, this and that, because he said everybody says that, but really what I'm here for is redemption. There's guys in this block that I've lost to that I'm looking to get redemption on, and I will see you on January 4th. I thought that was pretty good, and I'm looking forward to see how he does. Now, our friend Addison printed out or sent us a Google sheet of the entire tournament, and I'm not going to go over all of that. We're just going to talk about the end brackets.
Okay.
But before we get there, Sid, who stands out to you in each block, and what are you looking for during this tournament?
Oh Jesus. Wow, you're asking me. All right. For me, I think it's just because on A block, with everything that's been going on, like with the little glimpses that I've seen, definitely Sonata is a favorite of mine, as well as from what you told me, Yoda Tsuji. Definitely want to look and see what he does for sure.
Yoda Tsuji went to Noah before the tournament and kind of mocked Kiyomiya. They wrestled last night, and Kiyomiya beat Tsuji.
Oh wow!
I do not think Tsuji loses many other matches. It makes sense because Tsuji has history with Kiyomiya and Sonata, and he is in the three Musketeers with Narita.
Nice.
So that's all very interesting.
Nice. And then B block, I'm looking at. Obviously Tai Chi looks like a good favorite too. That freaking tuxedo mask looking motherfucker. But no, I'm just messing around.
That's true.
Hey, yeah. I definitely think with everything going on, LP, I'm sure he's gonna, be definitely one of the real MVPs in B block. Osprey and Okada, or Osprey and Okada. What else can I say? I think everybody in B block looks like from what you just said, and also from what I've been hearing, B block looks like the one where everybody has that chip on their shoulder and they really want to prove something. So I can't really pick someone specific from B block. I'm just gonna say everyone has bragging rights. Not bragging rights. Everyone has.
I agree with the 4 people that you pointed out. I'm looking for a nice show from the LP. I know I'm gonna get great matches out of Osprey and Okada and Tai Chi. I will get to Tai Chi later, but
Okay.
I got a lot for Tai Chi.
All right. C block. Yeah. Go ahead.
C block. It's also worth noting
Yeah.
that Evil said that even though I'm in Bullet Club, Finley must take notice that I am at the fore. um, so, during that whole part of the press conference, you had Eddie Kingston, Tama Tonga, and Evil call out Finley. Because Tama Tonga, we haven't seen him for 2 months because the last time Finley sent him out on a stretcher and won the never openweight title or retained it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see here. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. No, I definitely think C Block. Obviously, the one that stands out to me is Eddie Kingston. I mean, we've seen AEW Eddie Kingston. I'm looking forward to see what he can do in New Japan, and do what he does. I mean, do I think he's gonna win the whole thing? No, but I definitely feel like he's gonna, be one of the real MVPs. Yeah.
At Independence Day, he was able to secure the New Japan Strong Openweight title from Kenta, and he basically said exactly what you just said, kind of, at his press conference. He said, "I'm humbled to be here in the greatest tournament in wrestling, but I'm not just happy to be here. I'm going to take this title home with me, and I'm going to, he's excited, and he's in the block he should be in.
Yeah.
I mean, think about Eddie Kingston and Mori, Eddie Kingston and Takagi, Eddie Kingston and Tama Tonga, Eddie Kingston and Ishii. I mean, we've seen it before. It's amazing. And I want to see Eddie beat the living shit out of Dave Finley. I want to see what Dave Finley can do.
Yeah.
He went to the semis or the finals of the New Japan Cup this year. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But we're going to see what he does in a long, grueling tournament.
That could be interesting, yeah. Yeah, of course, Tama Tonga. I was doing the Tama Tonga thing or whatever. I know he doesn't. Yeah, I miss that theme, man. I loved whatever.
I think they still use
it. Oh no, not that one. Their old theme. I do miss their old theme, but the Gorilla one is freaking an absolute banger. I love that one. He actually, fun fact, I looked this up. He had another theme called Spider Dance when he first started wrestling. That's an interesting one. It's weird, but in a good way. So if you ever want to listen to it, just look it up on YouTube. Anyway, yeah, I mean, Tama Tonga has been someone that I've always liked and always gravitated towards. So I want to see if Tama Tonga will do something here. I mean, all right, Tim, just for you, Shingo Takagi as well. But anyway,
Shingo
yeah.
Takagi was a pillar of Dragon Gate. He came
to
Japan later in his career and dominated the junior division, and then went on to dominate the heavyweight division. The only thing he has not done so far is win a G1 climax.
Really?
And when I look at C Block, I don't know what to expect from Evil.
Yeah.
Because House of Torture is House of Torture. But at the press conference and in interviews, Evil may be turning a little different. Not face, but maybe not so House of Torture-y.
Right.
I'm looking for really good showings of Hanare and Kingston. Of course, Ishii's going to put on bangers, but I think this Tama Tonga had his G1 type of year and Wrestle Kingdom last year.
Yeah.
I think if I'm looking at this block and I'm gonna pick like where people are gonna land, I think Mikey Nichols, Tama Tonga, Evil or Hanare are gonna be on the lower side.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ishii's gonna be in the middle, and I think the front runners are Finley and Takagi.
Yeah. The Eddie Kingston also, I guess, with Ishii kind of in the middle.
I don't know exactly yet.
Yeah.
D block.
Yeah. For me, I mean,
The
Tana.
ace said,
Yeah.
The ace said at the press conference that the Tanahashi that he is now cannot win the G1. So he is going to be a different Tanahashi.
Oh, well, that should be interesting. I want to see that. I definitely go ahead.
Saxon, this is just for you. Zack
Okay.
Sabre Jr. got on the mic, got to the microphone, looked it up and down, on the floor, to the side, all kinds of things, took it, and just went all over the press conference area, all in the crowd, kept saying testing. This was like a 3-minute affair. And then he put
That's awesome.
He put it back and he said, "I will do my best" in Japanese. Which was hysterical.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I think honestly, like everybody here, I can kind of have my eye on. Definitely Tanahashi. Definitely Goto is just my boy, so I mean, I definitely gotta keep an eye on him. But Naito, definitely see him doing big things here. Jeff Cobb could be somewhere in the middle here as well. Toru Yano, I mean, I heard he's been, killing it lately from what I've heard. Not killing it, but like definitely. There you go. There you go. You did the Rihanna pose. You did the Yano pose. You just went.
with Yano in the G1, he's gonna upset somebody.
He's gonna, probably.
He's good for a couple upsets.
Yeah. Watch him beat
Alex
Tanahashi.
Is also someone to watch. His press conference interview was absolutely fantastic. Had no idea what this guy could do on the microphone. And he basically talked about how he had so many deaths in his family over the time where he was training in Japan, and he committed himself, dedicated himself, and New Japan didn't want anything to do with him until those 2 Australians left the company, and now he's New Japan Strong tag team champion
for life.
Kid. But he really just like went into a heartfelt, but also like angry talk. So normally, like looking at this, I would say Coughlin would be on the bottom tier.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he might be at the high end of the bottom. I think the middle is Jeff Cobb and Tanahashi, honestly.
Yeah, I could see that.
Shane Haste, Toru Yano, also kind of in the bottom, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I think, okay, so we have Gabe Kidd in A block. We have Nichols in C. And we have Coughlin and Shane Haste in D block. Shane Haste and Coughlin are going to go to a draw. Or Shane Haste is going to beat Coughlin. Because I totally expect TMDK versus War Dogs for those tag team titles along the line.
I could probably see
I
that.
think
Yeah.
the best tournament wrestler, Zack Sabre Jr. and Tetsuya Naito are going to be ahead in this block. And they both have great, fantastic history as well. There's a reason why I picked why I'm going with Naito, and we'll get there. So, when we look at the bracket at the end, the first bracket is the winner of A versus the second place of C.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have in that area?
For me, the winner of A, I picked Sonata, and second place of C. You may disagree with me; it's okay, but I'm gonna say Eddie.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I also have Sonata. I have him going against Finn.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that.
From there, I go Sonata.
Same.
I think Sonata goes to the second.
Same.
The next is the winner of B against the second place of D. Who do you have there, Sid?
This is just because I want to see the two Brits fighting. Winner of B, I picked as Will Ospreay, and Zack Sabre Jr. is second place of D, and I have Will Ospreay going over.
Once again, we have one the same and one not the same.
Okay.
The winner of B, I am choosing Tai Chi.
Okay.
Tai Chi hasn't had his big moment yet, and he deserves it. And also, his stablemate, the guy that he basically got to become champion, Sonata. I think Tai Chi wants a go, and he will face Zack Sabre Jr. in mind. And going forward, I have Tai Chi going, which sets up Sonata and Tai Chi for me.
Nice.
Who do you have going forward?
Going forward, I have Sonata and Osprey facing off.
Okay. So then we go down. The winner of C versus second place of B.
Okay. So winner of C, I'm saying Finley wins C block, and LP gets second place in B. Think that needs to. That's a feud in a way, and that's a fight.
So Okada. So you're saying that Okada ends up in third place in B?
Yeah,
That's
probably because I guess I'm thinking more.
big. That's big.
I know that's bold. I know.
But you cannot predict G1s.
No.
Gato is way too hard to predict with G1s. It's impossible.
I just wanted to see
You have LP and
Finley.
which is it is a feud.
Yeah, and
It would be nice to see.
I have Finley going over.
Okay. I have the winner of C as Shingo Takagi, of course.
Of course.
And second place of B is Okada, and I have Okada going forward. The next is winner of D against second place of A.
Okay, I think we're gonna agree on the winner of D on this one. I'm saying Naito, winner of D, and Yoda Tsuji, second place of A.
Yes.
Oh wow!
Agreed.
And Naito goes
And
over.
That's the leader of LIJ against the newest member of LIJ, and this was Tsuji's last match as a young lion before he went on excursion.
Wow,
And
that's big.
Naito is going to show him, even though you have the swagger, even though you have the gold, you still have a lot to learn, young man.
Yeah, young Jedi.
in my area, I have Okada versus Naito, and I have Naito going over Okada.
Okay, so I got Finley versus Naito, and Naito goes over Finley.
Okay, so my final is the Dark Emperor, the Great Emperor Tai Chi against Destino.
Yep.
Naito.
Go ahead.
And the reason I have this way is because Tai Chi beat Sonata in the semis, so he has a right to face Sonata for the IWGP Championship. But he loses to Naito, and Naito wins the G1. Naito wins the G1 because he was the first ever double champion, and that Intercontinental title meant so much to him. And then on the next night, I believe, Kota Ibushi beat him
Yeah.
and put those titles together.
Made the little
He was done
winged title.
a disservice. He was done a disservice. Also, every year they talk about when is Naito going to start going downhill. He's not. And
Yeah.
third, and most importantly, I believe the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship is going to be contested at Wrestle Kingdom between just 5 guys. Sonata, who was in LIJ doing nothing until he made a change and became champion right away, against his former leader, Tetsuya Naito. Naito is your G1 Climax 33 champion, in my opinion.
So, kind of going off what you said, Sonata versus Will Ospreay. I did have Sonata going over there, And I do think we're going to see that match at Wrestle Kingdom next year, Sonata versus Naito. But I guess this is just the Western wrestling fan in me. And I guess this is kind of the WWE guy in me, I guess. But Naito and Sonata, a little teaser of what's going to happen at Wrestle Kingdom with Naito going over. And then we finally get Sonata versus Naito. Whoever wins there, wins there. But yes, I also do think the finals are going to be Tetsuya Naito versus Sonata, and Naito beats Sonata.
Nice. Yes. And if we can expect anything, if we can take anything from this morning's show going forward, this G1 is going to be definitely one to watch.
Epic.
If you are a pro wrestling fan, even if you don't follow New Japan, if you've never followed New Japan.
Okay, Tim, I get it.
I'm not
I'm messing with you.
I am talking to you.
I am talking to you, bitch.
You got a new job now.
Oh yeah.
Enough with the anime and the Indian movies. It's time for G1.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not... Okay, everybody out there. I'm not saying enough with the Indian movies because he's Indian. It's because... Why?
Because I started watching a lot more Indian movies. I'm getting tired of Marvel films and fucking comic book movies, really. So I've decided to...
And you want to talk about them on your channel.
Yeah, I do want to talk about them on my channel. I wanted to get to that later, but yeah, for sure. One thing that's going to change is a lot of wrestling content is going to move over here. So that's what's going to happen. But yeah, I'll talk more about it whenever I upload on my channel again, whenever that is. But yeah,
Okay.
TBD. But yes, the G1 looks fantastic, and I'm excited, and I'm going to definitely watch as much as I can.
All right. So we're gonna go into AEW.
Oh, a show I'm familiar with. There you go.
Saturday Night Collision. How have you felt about this show, Sid?
I think it's interesting that they're doing it. Like they have, I think they got rid of Dark and Dark Elevated or whatever the hell, and they decided, okay, we're gonna take those and put it over onto Saturday nights where people can actually watch. They don't have to worry about work tomorrow morning and stuff like that. So Collision is a very good idea. I don't know if I buy the whole idea of a soft brand split. You know, like CM Punk one time, he showed up in Dynamite and he's like, I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm a Collision guy. I was like, oh, damn. Okay, so I guess they are doing it. They are doing the little brand split. I feel like, you know, and I'll let you talk a little bit more about it, but I do like that a lot of the wrestlers that I want to see are going to be showcased more on there, like Miro and even Andrade. So, because I think we can start giving more of a shit about Andrade. And I feel like more people should, because you know what? His working.
His matches so far have been great.
Yeah. His matches with. Yeah. There you go.
In his feud with Malachi.
There we go. Yeah. I mean, because he was amazing in NXT. He was really good. I really liked him, especially with his NXT title run. He had great matches with the likes of Johnny. Well, he wrestled Johnny Gargano like 3 times, but all 3 times was freaking awesome. And then he, of course, did drop it to at that time Aleister Black, now Malachi Black. That was great, but I'm glad that they're kind of reigniting that feud. That should be a banger of a match. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, overall, Collision's been pretty cool. Just waiting for a few more episodes and seeing where everything goes.
I think it's a fantastic show. Now, a lot of the internet wrestling nerds obviously want to talk about ratings. Okay, Saturday night isn't the best for a wrestling show, especially whenever college sports will happen, and Saturday nights you want to go out with your friends, and Saturday
and
nights,
get shit faced.
I think UFC, and then you also have
I think so,
to,
yeah.
think about the WWE pay-per-views now because they're not on Sundays.
Oh, dude, they're not. Hey, they're not pay-per-views. They are premium live events. Get that right now. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever the fuck they.
Yeah, because you're gonna get an email. You're gonna get a lawsuit from Vince McMahon.
But like I said, Saturday night is going out with friends. I
Mhm.
think ticket sales for Collision are going to be good. I like the idea of a brand split, whether it was for good reasons or not good reasons, because this company has existed for 4 years.
Yeah,
Everyone and their mother complained about
the bloated roster.
how the bloated roster. And how do you fix that? You make separate shows
Yeah.
for different people.
I mean, why do you think now we have Ring of Honor? So, and the Ring of Honor. Yeah. There you go. You got 3 freaking shows. Tony Khan's giving you 3 shows at least. So boom, there you go. You know.
4 with Rampage.
Oh yeah, with Rampage. I'm sorry.
I'll say this: I've liked everything that I've seen out of everyone there. I've liked Miro so far. I've liked Andrade and the House of Black so far. I've liked seeing Tony Nese do his cool new gimmick on Collision. I've really liked the CMFTR stuff against Bullet Club Gold. Bullet Club Gold was a turd floating in the bowl until when Collision came, BC Gold shone. And the Guns being in
And Bullet Club Gold.
not just because of their name, but because of their attitude.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It makes perfect sense.
Jay White's stock in AEW has already risen. He's called him and Juice beat FTR last week and have a 2 out of 3 falls match tonight. And I don't expect them to win, but it's going to be great. And he already said, CM Punk, if you don't want me coming after you, don't take out what you had in that bag because I like gold. And that is something I want to see. I have to see CM Punk and Jay White because I think a lot of the CM Punk naysayers have said that Punk has not put anyone over in his AEW run. There's ways to put people over while still winning. I think he helped Darby Allin. I think he helped MJF. I think, and I think he is doing a good job so far on his redemption tour, I guess. I like the way the aesthetic of Collision. I like the way it looks. I like the way it's set up. I like whenever it starts, you get the main eventers talking shit instead of in between the show. It feels different from Dynamite, and that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want another Dynamite. I
Yeah.
want another Dynamite Rampage, and I don't really like Rampage all that much.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
If I was Tony Khan, I would get rid of Rampage altogether. But I've really been digging the show. And speaking of that show, tonight there's going to be the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Finals. We have Ruby Soho against Willow Nightingale and CM Punk against his ally, Ricky Starks. We'll get into that in a second. This is all free ball in my head.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
What's going on Dynamite first? Because I want to end with predictions for tonight.
Okay.
So Dynamite happened, and
It did.
right now the big stories there are the best heel in wrestling currently, Don Callis, and his vengeance upon the Kenny Omega. What else happened on Dynamite? Harley Cameron, star in the fucking making. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope. nobody expected this woman to actually rap, and she fucking killed it, dude. She rapped as fast as Twister.
Nice.
And she's hot. Like,
Yeah.
she doesn't have to wrestle. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I saw people on Twitter going, or Facebook, one or the other, and they were like, what was that all about? Why does this exist? Okay, you want younger men who are in puberty to watch this show? You put that on. Also,
There you go.
it was hilarious. It was something you would not expect.
Yeah.
And I love it.
That's great. Yeah. We had the MJF and Adam Cole segment was entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
That was good.
Best thing going in AEW right now is the team of MJF and Adam Cole.
AKA it's called Better Than You, Baby. That's what they're called.
Right.
They're called Better Than You, Baby. It's awesome.
Their pro sessions have become must-see TV.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna be crazy though. Yeah, go ahead.
whenever they were gonna play video games, and Adam Cole's like, "You never played," and he's like, "You have to have friends to play," and then like, that's when Cole's walls started to break down.
Oh
And
yeah, that was nice.
The thing is, we know it's going to happen, but who do you think? All right, first, the blind eliminator tag tournament finals will be MJF and Adam Cole against the Jericho Appreciation Society of Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara.
Yeah. Daniel Garcia and that
Who
shitty
is
little
going to
dance.
that match?
You know what? I think. Yeah. Oh god. It's so fuck.
I love that dance.
I want.
Forbidden Door,
I'll punch him in the balls for that dance.
dude, and Forbidden Door when he
Yeah. Oh, I loved it.
was trying to get into the chop fest with Saber and Shibata, and they would smack the shit out of him, and he would just go. He'd just start doing it,
And they just whooped him.
That was hysterical.
No, and then they came and just whooped his ass.
Soft.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but also it's like, it's kind of, I don't know. Anyway, like I understand it's supposed to make me feel the way that I feel, but I also am like, just stop it, dude. Anyways, you look like you got ants in your pants.
You're one of the guys in the crowd going, "You're a wrestler." Clap,
Yeah,
clap, clap.
something like that. I don't do it at home, but yeah, basically. So, yeah, I know, but I think for me, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Sammy and Garcia go over, because I think as much as we've enjoyed the bro sessions, it's gonna be that we all know it's gonna come to an end at some point. And I think it's going to be that much more heart-wrenching and heartbreaking when finally MJF clatters Cole with the title and they finally say, you know what? And finally that feud gets reignited and it's even more personal and the stakes are that much more higher and the match is that much more brutal. Because we all know from NXT, Adam Cole can get very hardcore, you know? So... And there you go. See that one thing I retain from John. I like the hardcore shit sometimes. So there you go.
I don't. While I agree with you, I don't fully agree with you. I think they win.
Okay.
I think they face FTR.
Then.
Or they face Bullet Club Gold. And depending on who they face is who turns.
Yeah.
Because they will lose the match. And if it's against FTR, MJF is going to stab Adam Cole in the back and reignite the feud. But if it's Bullet Club Gold, baby,
Adam Cole
will turn at the end of the match or after the match, join Bullet Club Gold, and say, "I'm sorry, Max, but I knew you were going to do it. So I just did it before you could."
So
it all depends on who who they face to me.
True.
I believe it will be FTR. So it will.
So-
I believe it will be MJF because I don't think I want to see tweener MJF
Adam-
yet or
No.
face MJF yet.
Yeah, or I don't. Yeah.
Is a baby face right now. They got that reality show going.
Let him stay babyface. I kind of like it. I mean, I've always seen him as a heel, and he's great as a heel. But I like seeing him as a face for once because if you've seen him outside of AEW or even WWE, like he's like a super chill dude. In general, he's super fucking chill. Like if I've watched some of his Twitch streams, like on.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Like, I think I saw like a backstage video of him like, you know, in NXT as the Undisputed Era. Like he was like going and like talking to the kids and taking pictures. It was very wholesome. And I think you kind of just keep him as a babyface to kind of accentuate that a little bit more. But yeah, I would say. But let me ask you this question though, Tim. If Adam Cole joins BC Gold, what about Roddy? And what about, you know, what's his name? And Kyle O'Reilly whenever he comes back?
Well, Roddy is still injured.
Yeah.
And he can bitch and moan. And then when Kyle's ready to come back, Roddy's up and at him. And maybe they feud with BC Gold. Who knows?
Like so, Cole turns on Jay White and joins his boys.
No.
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 Okay.
There's too much turning here. I'm getting confused.
Yeah, I know.
Too many turns.
That's exactly why I was like.
Just with a straight line. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the other big thing we'll talk about on the Dynamite side is we got to find out the 5th members for each team, and I was overjoyed, and I knew that day who was going to be the 5th member for Blackpool Combat Club / Callis family, and I knew Jericho was going to be a red herring. That's another thing. Jericho will join the Callis
Family,
in my
whatever.
opinion.
Yeah.
And Sammy and Danny losing in the tournament will contribute to the fallout of the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yeah, and the eventual breakup, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
With Hager, we saw what he had to say to Jericho on Dynamite. Basically, like, you got to be upfront with me, and like, if you're gonna do this, you know, he's upset. Put the hat down. Apparently, he doesn't like the hat anymore.
That sucks, but okay.
Jake, and we saw a lot of contracts expire this past week.
Yeah.
Fuego del Sol, Brian Pillman, someone else that I can't remember. It's entirely possible that Jake Hager, who referenced his MMA streak, decides to go do that for a little bit. It's also
I wouldn't
very
mind
possible
that.
Jericho says, "You did save me, and if I do join the Callis family, you're coming with me." I think Garcia is in a place, Sammy is in a place right now where they can go and be on their own.
They can start a feud with each other.
Or just keep Garcia and
2.0.
Parker together. Yeah. And keep the sports entertainment stuff.
We could. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
But I think I said the red herring was Jericho, and it was going to be somebody else. And I had to think, well, who else would they get? And there was a guy that we haven't seen in a while that we saw on Instagram posting with Finn Balor. Who's obviously ring ready, and who obviously hates the Elite from day one, because at the first ever press conference for AEW, he went face to face with Hangman. He has history with Kenny Omega, which he let us know whenever they beat the living shit out of him and they were about to break his neck. And then Omega said, I haven't told you all, remember. Look at the Tron, you idiots.
And
the Golden Star.
I'm trying to do the
Phoenix
pose.
Himself, Kota Ibushi, will be there next Wednesday, reforming the Golden Elite to go against John Moxley, Wheeler Yuta,
Yeah.
Claudio Castellini,
Claudio Carbonara.
Castagnoli.
Claudio Pasta.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad saying that, but I don't care.
Konosuke Takashita and Pac. What do you expect from this match, Sid?
I really just want Kota Ibushi to knock the crap out of that cinnamon roll eating motherfucker Takeshita. Okay? That's what I want to see. But I also want to see. Yeah.
Me too, and everyone's saying that as soon as Ibushi was announced, everyone was saying Ibushi's going to go murder Ibushi on Yuta. Why?
Or that. I would love to see that too.
Yuta's the fall guy. Yuta's the fall guy. But you've got DDT history there with Omega, Ibushi, and Takeshita, plus the Callus bullshit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I want to see that.
I see that. I do want to see Pac and Ibushi interact as well. That would be dope.
I want to see Ibushi interact with all of them.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. Claudio and Kenny. I want to see Claudio and Kenny. That put them on the top of the fucking cage and just have them go, just do this, you know. And yeah, I want to see that. And I think.
What if you had Claudio hanging off the cage, and fucking Omega just V triggers him off?
That would be cool. Oh my god, that would be amazing. And then, or you have Hangman on the top of the cage trying to do like a buckshot lariat. I don't know how you would go about doing it, but I think they can figure it out. I mean, it sucks that Danielson's injured, but in a way, this kind of brought, opened the doors for Pac. But yeah.
I believe that man is welcoming a third child.
Oh, well, congratulations, Bryan Danielson.
I'm not sure. Someone, one of my Facebook friends said, anytime Danielson is not clear to compete, he goes and has sex with his wife and makes a kid. So,
hey, we got.
I'm not sure.
I mean, they got nothing. I mean, it's freaking Brie Bella, so I don't blame them. Anyway.
I mean, shit. If you're a wrestler and you're married to a hot woman, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Might as well fuck.
There you go. Yep. There you go. And now we just lost like 5 subscribers now. Anyway, but
he made Okada tap and then he made Brie tap.
There you go. Heyo. Yeah. Anyway, but no. I mean, by the way, for those who didn't understand the cinnamon roll reference, Takeshita, before he turned heel, used to post about Cinnabon on Twitter all the time. And so, so that's why I said that cinnamon roll eating motherfucker. But, anyway, but I think finally, though, I'm going to say the Golden Elite go over in this. I would say either Omega pins Takeshita, or Hangman and Omega do like a double pin on Moxley because they have history with Moxley. So we'll see.
I can't go that far into it. I don't know who's going to pin who, but I do agree the Golden Elite are going to win. But Kenny Omega will not be able to get his hands on Don Callis.
No.
And the feud will still continue
between him and Takeshita and him, yeah.
Yeah, and Callis. I think the Combat Club go down for once.
Yeah.
So that brings us to tonight's collision. We have the 2 out of 3 falls for the tag team titles, and we have the Owen Hart finals. We're gonna bounce around.
Okay.
First, we'll talk. You start with the tag team. I'll go with the women's. Then you go with the men's.
Okay. So,
Who do you got winning the tag team?
you know what? Look, I actually had the pleasure for the last 2 out of 3 falls match that I watched. Was it 2 out of 3 falls or was that? Oh, it was the dog collar match against the Briscoes. Sorry, but yeah, no, I did have the pleasure of seeing, but I did see the 2 out of 3 falls match last year at Death Before Dishonor. So yeah, one of them. I don't know whichever. But they wrestled the Briscoes in one of those matches. So, but by the way, I had the honor of actually seeing Jay Briscoe's match live, his final match live. So that was awesome. I feel like obviously, if BC Gold is being represented by White and Juice, right? Okay, so, but I think this is gonna be a damn good match. However, I don't know if FTR should be dropping it to BC Gold just yet. I think, I don't know who they should drop it. If they do drop it to somebody, I don't fucking know. The Acclaimed, just give them the titles again. I don't care. But or the Young Bucks, that'd be another good match. Anyway, but
I think if FTR loses the titles, it should be to John Silver and Alex Reynolds.
That would be cool.
Because on Rampage,
Oh, I saw that.
said that they were going to start being serious again and they're looking to recruit.
Yeah.
And it was funny because Vincent said something
On Twitter. Yeah, I saw that
Vincent
too.
has Stu Grayson right now in the Righteous. But Alex Reynolds and John Silver deserve a championship run.
They do.
They're a fantastic
They
team,
do.
and if they are going to be serious, then that's who to put it. But in this situation, like you said, if it was the BC Gold team of the Guns, I would have a harder time picking. Jay White and Juice Robinson are singles wrestlers that can tag and have tagged and did well. They beat FTR last week.
Yeah.
I do not think they win in a 2 out of 3 falls against FTR.
Nope, not at all.
And really, because I don't think FTR loses it yet, and I want to see White and Punk, and that's not going to happen if Punk's
if White's tag champ.
White is the tag champ.
True. Yeah. So FTR and I'm gonna go with FTR as well.
Yeah. So the women's finals are Ruby Soho against Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale pulled the upset off on Athena last night, which will earn her a title shot at the ROH title, I assume. And because that's my thinking, I believe Ruby will be the women's Owen Hart Tournament champion.
I have to agree with you on that. I think it's been Ruby. I feel like has, in a way, for the longest time, she was overlooked, and then she turned heel and joined the Outsiders, and now getting a lot more shine. They have the AEW Women's title on it over there. I think it would be really cool for Ruby Soho to have something of her own that she can say, "Oh, I won the Owen Hart." So that would be something cool.
And it's a long time coming.
Yeah.
I've watched her since her indie days, and I've always felt that she has never been given her just due in the other promotion. And so far in AEW, she's had great stuff, but she hasn't won anything.
Yeah.
And since I think Willow will get the ROH shot at Athena, I don't see her winning.
Yeah, same.
But then again, everybody loves Willow Nightingale, so it's not like
it's really
100% Ruby.
Yeah, it's anyone's game, really.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
So the men's tournament final is CM Punk against his ally Ricky Starks. Cedric?
Oh yeah. I feel like it would be good for Ricky Starks to win this. I really want him to win it. I think he kind of deserves it, but I feel like they're gonna go with Punk on this one. I just feel like they're gonna do it, and that kind of makes me sad. So
That's everyone's thoughts that I've read, and I disagree.
okay.
There's been a lot of reports that CM Punk is taking his role as locker room leader and the runner kind of Collision seriously. I think that his pandering to Canada and the Hearts is all nice and everything. Last week, after the match with Samoa Joe did some damage to Punk. I think the opposite of everyone. I think they're going to have a respectful, very good singles bout.
Mm-hmm.
And Punk is going to lose to Ricky Starks.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Yes.
How he loses, I'm not sure, because you still have DC Gold running around. You have Samoa Joe running around. There could be some type of interference to keep Punk looking strong, or he could just lose clean, and things can happen after the match. I think it would be a major disservice to Ricky Starks and Hobbs, who would beat prior, if Punk wins. So, whether I hope this, that, whatever, I really do think that Tony and Punk and whoever else is on creative, Bryan Danielson, etc., are going to have Ricky Starks go over. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
CM Punk does not need the tournament win, and
No.
since he came to AEW, he has only had 2 singles losses and 1 multi-man loss. He could use a loss. It's obvious right now that the reaction that he's getting from the crowds is like prime Cena. Half of them love him, half of them hate him. They're all vocal.
Yeah.
He has 2 possible feuds coming out of this with Jay White and Samoa Joe. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
Ricky Starks
Deserves it.
Deserves the push.
The push. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's it for this episode. Next week we are going to be talking about. We're probably going to review Death Before Dishonor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably give an update on the G1. Tonight we have AEW Collision. Night 2 of the G1 Climax. Impact Slammiversary. And Triple Mania.
A lot going on.
Yes. Wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, noon, night, you have a great one. Peace and love to all of you. Bring it in, Sid.
There you go.
Bang!
Bang!